or click the confirm going live. Okay, let me just double check to make sure that we're live. I should have had this ready. That was a late morning for me.
That's okay.
Check.
It happens.
Yes, it says we're live. Okay, a lot of people are already here because I'm late. These ladies were ready on time. I wasn't. So I'm Zara Hoffman. I'm a self-published author of young adult paranormal romance, and these are my guests today. Before I let them introduce themselves, I want everyone to know that we will be doing 3 20-minute sprints. The trees have already been picked by my guests, and then I picked one. If you missed the thumbnail, they are also in the description. And if you have the Forest app, I will be creating rooms, and you have to turn on Plant Together mode next to the flame to put in the code each time. And yeah, that's how we're going to be sprinting. And how about you introduce yourselves? Let's start with Kelli.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kelli Wright. I am a YA fantasy writer. I'm here on YouTube. I make a variety of different videos, mostly of me failing at writing stuff. But hey, you can follow me on Instagram at a writing dragon because I do fun stuff over there as well. And yeah, that's about it.
I'm Angela, and I write YA contemporary. I also have a YouTube channel where I post a lot of writing blogs, writing motivation, and writing sprints. So if you think that sounds interesting, go and check it out.
Yay! Let's see what people are saying. Hello. Hi, Brandon, Vanessa. Let's see. There are lots of other people here. Lots and lots of comments. Hello, Danya. Autumn. Good morning. Emma, Sharon. My sprints are organized. Apparently my timing wasn't this morning. Normally I'm better. Let me find the comment that's currently up on the screen so I can take it off. I'm a hot mess this morning. I don't know why.
It's okay. It's okay. We love you for it.
Thank you.
It makes you so relatable, girl, you know?
I was going to say, like, clearly this isn't faked.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
What are you both working on this morning?
I'll let Angela go.
So I'm trying to get some tweets done for Pit Mad, which has been harder than I would have expected.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm going to be working on a co-write project that I'm doing with RP Winters, and I'm also going to be trying to schedule my September upload stuff because I have no idea what I'm doing on Wednesdays yet. All my Fridays are booked. Every Sunday I'm doing a stream, and then I got to do some Instagram stuff. So busy.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I have to finish some homework, which I'm not really looking forward to. And then I don't know, I guess also figure out my upload schedule, like what video I want to make for which week, because school's starting for me soon. So I have to do 1 video a week. I can't try and do 2 a week anymore.
Yeah, I did all my September planning stuff yesterday. And I'm like, I feel like the day I spend trying to just plan out each month is like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm like planning some really complicated mission or something. Because I'm like, okay, what am I going to be posting on Instagram? What am I going to be posting on TikTok, YouTube? Like, how is it all going to come together?
Yeah, I mean, I normally write during live streams, or if I'm not, I'm outlining or something. Yeah. And because Mill Wordy starts on September 1st, I've been I'm not writing any scripts for videos because I want to count those words. I'm not outlining anything. I want to count those words. So I'm just okay, what's non-writing related? Homework, because I'm not writing any papers yet. So
are you going to count your homework for that?
Yeah, I'm counting any writing that I do for homework, but I'm not going to count words read. I think some people are, and I'm like, that I would not be able to count the words I've read on top of everything else. Yeah. I'm like Queen Clarissa Rinaldi. I appreciate that. I only wish I could be as awesome as Julie Andrews. But thank you.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's such a good movie. I like the sequel better, though.
Oh, the sequel was good, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably because it's Chris Pine.
Oh, what are my bangs doing today, guys? I don't know. I'm growing them out.
I had bangs as a kid, and they took forever to grow out. And then I was like, I'm never going to have short hair again. And that wasn't true. I did 2 bobs, and then when I like donated my hair, and then I did a pixie cut right before college. And I've been growing it out since.
That has to be the thing. Go ahead, Angela.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's grown a lot if you get a pixie cut.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been 5 years.
That must be the thing, though, to get a pixie cut before college. Because, like, right out of high school, I had long hair, like, super long. It touched the top of my butt. And I had my boyfriend at the time, his mom cut it up to my shoulders. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just go shorter, you know? So then she did up to my chin. I'm like, no, let's go all the way. Let's do pixie. And I was getting ready to go to college.
Yeah.
And it's now, like, to my shoulders again. But I keep trimming it just because whenever it was so long, it was so hard to maintain.
Well, I like it long so I can braid it, but going off to college, it was like part of it was like, why not just try it? And the other part of me was like, it's functional because I won't have to be in the shared shower too long if my hair is really short.
Yeah. We're just going to tuck those back. I thought I would do bangs today because my eyes are like uneven, but I guess you can't really tell.
I can't tell. Also, my eye makeup is always like the eyeshadow's nice. And then by the end of the day, for some reason, like the middle of the lids, the eyeshadow's gone, even if I use setting spray. And I'm like, don't know what's up.
Ugh, that sucks.
So.
That sucks.
I have like. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, I have like deep set eyes. So like, I'll do my eye makeup, but then it's like you can't tell what my eyeshadow is until like I open up really big because then it's just like now you can't see the shadow. Now you can.
Yeah. I have hooded eyes, which is like not necessarily common for certain like Asian people. And so every time they're like, oh, like makeup for Asian eyes, I'm like, can't follow that. But I also can't like seem to follow like normal eyeshadow tutorials because it just never works. I'm like, I'm figuring it out on my own.
That's what my best friend Liv, she has hooded eyes too. And she got so tired of eyeliner always smudging. So she just started doing like a smoky eye and only putting the cat eye on the end, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I do. If I do eyeshadow, I'm not wearing any makeup right now.
And you know what? You look gorgeous. I had to put this on, okay? I'm a mom. I got Prada bags under here, okay?
At least they're Prada.
Probably the knockoff.
What about you, Angela? Makeup, no makeup? When you try makeup, is it a mess like me?
It's basically a mess. So like right now I'm not wearing any makeup. I noticed the only time I put on makeup is when I'm doing a giant like Instagram batching day or TikTok batching day. And I'm like, do I care more about what I look like on the internet than in real life? And I'm like, yep.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And the first few times I did streams, I wore makeup, and then I was having guests on and they're like, I don't wear makeup. And I'm like, cool, skipping that.
Yeah, I feel like streams are more authentic. It's like meeting people in real life almost.
Yeah.
So.
That's what it bounced back and forth for me because I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling myself today. I'm going to look like a human because I'm a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. So I look like a gremlin the majority of the time. So whenever someone's like, oh, you want to stream? I'm like, oh, I can look like a person? Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there are times when I want to put on makeup and I do just because I want to look nice. And then there are other times where it's like, I could put makeup on and I'd be happy for like the 5 minutes it all lasts. Or I could just not and not deal with like the anxiety of messing up my makeup.
Yes. That's what for like most of my videos, I notice I don't wear makeup. And it's so weird because I have wigs and sometimes I'll wear wigs in the videos and do my makeup. And it's weird which videos get viewed more than others is what I'm noticing. And I'm like, really, guys? Really?
I'm a writing channel and my Broadway videos like get the most views. But I think it's because like I'm ranking my favorite musicals.
See, I don't even watch musicals and I was watching those and I found them so interesting.
Yay! My mom was so funny though with the bracket one. She's like, that went by so fast. You didn't say something for everything. I was like, that's because people online know how a bracket works. I was like, I don't need to explain it. Sage just came briefly. Thank you. We all need to stretch, hydrate, and back up our work. Yeah, definitely. Sage yes. Holly, hi. We haven't done our first sprint yet. We will soon.
Confirm going.
Autumn cannot put on makeup. Yeah, I don't wear mascara because it irritates my eyes, and I've been told that like a clear one might not. But at this point, I'm just like, why bother?
Mascara irritates my eyes too.
Yeah,
I find myself like itching it, and then it just gets like all smeary.
Yeah, so I have a curler if like one of my eyelashes is like being a particular pain in the butt and is like curling in on itself because my eyelashes do that on a regular basis. I'm like, something's broken here, and it's me. But I don't use mascara or eyeliner or anything. Sometimes it's just too much effort. Yep. Put
it can be
for your streams because otherwise it looks like you have no lips. Yeah. Don't wear makeup in real life. Only some cover up because I'm too lazy. Yeah.
It's just easy.
Yeah. Like I've gotten better at doing it quickly. It's still though like too much energy that I can like. I'm like, I'd rather not most of the time.
This took me like maybe 15 minutes this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It is 9:16. I'm going to create the room and then I will pop the code in. Kelly, I don't think we're friends on the Forest app yet.
No, I don't think we are. But you know what? I downloaded it just for you. The whole app.
Honestly, Forest should, pay me for all the people I've gotten to download the paid version.
They should sponsor you.
I asked them to, and they're like, we'll get back to you. And they haven't. I don't think it's going to happen. I just went out on a limb. I was like, oh, I'll ask.
Yeah, I mean, the worst they can tell you is no.
Yeah, well, I'd wish they'd just tell me,
Maybe they want to watch a few of your streams and then see what it's about,
Yeah. Or maybe they're looking into your audience demographics.
I told them. Whatever. It's not that important. Okay, that's the code. So next to the flame, you turn on plant together. We're going to do the cherry tree first. Angela picked that. And I do the trees in order of alphabetically for my guests. And I could say me too because I'm a Z, so I'm always at the end anyway. But yeah. I will grow a spirit tree with you all. Okay, yeah, she's not going to join the group, but she will.
What does it mean my session has logged out, you twat? Sorry. This is annoying me. I keep on entering the room code, but it says my session has logged out. Like, go through and find this again. Forest being difficult. Join room. Okay.
People are popping in. I should get a timer in.
I think I might be joining in spirit too. I don't have any space on my phone, so I can't really download anything new.
Yes. I gotta sign up.
Sign up? I thought you have an account.
I had the app, I guess. Zara, listen, your girl is not great with technology, okay? Let's just be super clear about that.
That's okay.
The fact that I'm doing YouTube is a miracle.
That's okay. We got time.
Yeah.
If need be, we can just skip my tree.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'll get this figured out. Why can't I just type in a day? Oh, it's taking me all the way back to 2005 for a birthday. I am older than that. I mean, I'm not that old, but like I'm older than that, you know?
2005. I don't think you'd be 18 if you were born in 2005.
Oh, that's so weird to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. 97, April, March 2nd. Thank you.
I was born in 1997.
The year of the fire ox.
Mm-hmm. I love you. You just have it already. It's like I got it up here, but most people don't also have it.
Because I'm a Pisces, girl.
But yeah. You in, Kelly? You in the group?
I'm getting there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just a hot mess. Forgive me.
That's okay.
For the 15,000th time. Oh yeah, and I couldn't even find your link in my email. And Logan had to sit down with me. And I was like, what would I do without you? Because he's like, it's probably in your spam if she's sending me a link and she's never emailed you before. Okay, I'm in. Yes.
You in the group?
Yes.
Yeah, you're there. Cool. After this, you're going to have to friend me, and I'll tell you how. But let's start. It is 9:20. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
I was hoping you were waiting to get outside. Sorry. What do you have here?
The sprint is over. How did people do?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Well, it took me forever
Kelli, you're
to get my
awfully
Instagram
silent.
stories. It just took me a while to do the Instagram story thing because I'm doing the poll for my mini story thing that I do. And I kept on hitting the wrong button, and I kept doing that like 4 or 5 different times in a row. And I was like, what the hell? And then I just realized I was doing it wrong the whole time.
Instagram stories has, I think, too many options now. I'm like, I feel like you need to create some of these in like different areas, like reels. To make like a reel, you have to go into Instagram story, and then I always accidentally like make a story instead of a reel, make a reel instead of the story.
I really only do, like, I don't do reels, and I barely use stories. Like, part of me wants to use stories more, and the other part of me is like, in what free time? Like, I'd rather be writing or making videos in the time that I'm not doing homework.
Yeah.
So
for me, I think it's because I'm really bad about checking my feed. So I personally check stories way more than I check feed. So like then I'm like, other people are similar to me, but I'm like, they're probably not. They're probably less lazy and actually look at the post. But
no, I'm the same way. I will go through stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. There's something like satisfying about going through them.
I go through my feed, and then there are certain people, like if they posted a story, I always check. And then there are so many people who I follow for like their feed, and I don't really care about their stories. And I'm like, I know you posted, but like, it's bad. I should probably check stories for everyone, and then whatever.
Oh, sorry, no, people put more work into
Sorry,
the feed,
go.
so I feel like that's like a good place to check. Like, I feel like captions are always so thoughtful, and like the pictures are always so aesthetic. So.
But I feel like on AuthorTube, sometimes people like post a story that's like an important update. So like I check those, but like I don't really follow celebrities on Instagram, and I feel like if I did, I definitely looked at their stories. But like I follow artists mostly on Instagram and like animal accounts. So like they post photos, not stories. Jordan is here. She came during the middle of the sprint, did not have a second glass of wine, made your bed, put away laundry, and went. That's so responsible.
Oh, yeah. How did you guys' dream
I
go
went to bed
last
after
night?
midnight, so that's responsible. Oh, it was fine. We did 2 sprints in total, and Jordan had to end it after the second sprint because her allergy meds were starting to wear off. And so she was like, let's wrap it up. And I'm like, okay.
That's more than we get done. Whenever I stream with her, it's like we just don't shut up.
Were you there when we were talking about drinking wine? Sorry.
I don't think. Am I lagging?
A little bit.
Do you want me to like reload and then re-enter?
Yeah, you're good now.
No, you're fine now.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's so weird because, all right. You guys are still like a little bit laggy for me. I have shit internet, so you know.
Yeah, Angela's not lagging for me. I'm not lagging for myself. I think we're all good.
We are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just my little
moment where
Chromebook.
Jordan was talking about drinking wine and how like she maybe shouldn't be because she had allergy meds, and I was like, oh, I mean, I drink wine and I'm on like a stronger type of medication. So then Renata was like, Zara teaching us how to get wasted. I was like, nope, don't put words in my mouth. Don't do as I do. Brooke, woo! Hi, Brooke. Thank you for coming.
Hi,
Jordan drank half her coffee and playing out. We have weekly update. These ladies are like planning their social media. I'm trying to finish homework, and then I might switch over to planning stuff for the third sprint. But we're going to start our second sprint soon. Someone was talking about Lord of the Rings game. Holly is creating her October calendar for your newsletter.
That's so cool. Oh, I can't wait.
That's cool.
Look at you, girl. That is really like prepping. Like I'm over here just stressing about September. I'm not even thinking about October yet.
Same.
Yeah.
I think you're stressing about how to write a good tweet, to be honest.
I mean, you can write something longer and then like condense and condense and condense rather than being like it has to be short from the first draft.
True. And I'm trying to look at like articles and like past things people have done for PitMad just because I'm really not familiar with the Twitterverse. So I'm like Holly I was like on Twitter and I saw Holly tag me in something and I'm like, oh, this was like 3 days ago. I just never go on Twitter, so I never see anything.
When I was interning at a literary agency last summer, I had to go through. So I didn't go through like the tweets themselves. Like my boss had already like requested certain things, but I was then responsible for reading the queries and the partials and the manuscripts of the ones that he had requested. And I'd like, once I realized that they were all from this like event, I went back and looked at the tweets so I knew what I was getting into and why my boss like would have liked it in the first place. And so like I'm used to reading them. And I mean, for someone who has only self-published, I like have a stupid amount of experience with like writing book descriptions and like tweets as if I were, and queries like as if I were pursuing traditional publishing. Because I did so much research before I decided to self-publish. So if you ever need help with the pitch.
Yeah, I might be sending some your way.
Yeah, go for it.
Preptember.
Yeah, for September instead of Preptober. All social media, I swear, I'm oblivious to help.
Same.
I know how it all works. It's just most of the time I'm like, don't bother. Which
No,
I
am like a boomer inside a Gen Z body.
There's like a question, like people always disagree on whether 1997 is like the end of like millennial or the start of Gen Z. And so I'm like, I can fall into either, but honestly, like my cousins who kind of like I grew up with as siblings, like they were all squarely millennial, except two, and who are Gen Y. No. Gen X. There we go. There are two who are Gen X, and then everyone's like Gen Y/millennial. So I'm like, I feel personally like a Gen like Y millennial because that's what I grew up as, like culturally, but like year wise, I'm a Gen Z, and I'm like, whatever.
You're
There are insults at Gen Z and millennials all the time. They all apply to me.
I've heard it called a zillennial before.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That kind of makes me roll my eyes.
Oh, that's cute. Zoomers. I've heard Zoomers, but my husband Logan, he is a Gen Y.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like I'm lagging so much.
You're not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I used to be a millennial, and then TikTok. I think TikTok just makes you into Gen Z. Because I was 99, so I think I'm definitely Gen Z, but I always felt like I was a millennial on Insta in real life.
Holly told Brooke that she thinks Brooke rocks YouTube, and Brooke thanked her, but says that all the other platforms are the ones she struggles with. Fair.
Yes.
I mean, I'm teaching my mom Facebook and Zoom and Twitter all at the same time during this quarantine because my mom started getting involved in like certain groups and like they're on Facebook and I'm like, so
My mom's so cute. She doesn't know how to stop videos on Facebook or YouTube. So like the autoplay will just keep playing and she's like, Angela, how do I exit out of YouTube?
my mom knows how to work YouTube pretty well, but like Twitter, she's like, I'm still trying to get the difference between a handle and a hashtag into her mind.
My mom, when she sees the hashtag, she just calls it a pound sign. And I'm like, sorry, but no.
Hold on, wait. There was something. We were doing something and I called it a pound sign. And my mom was like, what? And I was like, the number sign. And she said, oh. And I was like, didn't you teach me that it's called a pound sign? I mean, I don't call it hashtag to her because that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I love though my mom when she talks about social media. I think old people talking about social media is so cute. We're gonna become them one day.
It is.
I'm not on TikTok, so I'm already halfway there. It's more like a principle thing.
Yeah, I'm not on
like,
TikTok either. I'm either.
Like I'll just like fall down a rabbit hole. And like I'm this close to deleting my Facebook app because this morning I fell down a rabbit hole because normally I'm not on Facebook that much, but I saw this post and then I accidentally clicked away and it got lost in my newsfeed. So I spent like 30 minutes trying to find it and I couldn't find it. It was someone in one of my like Facebook groups was talking about like, oh, here, like, do we need to add to this list of authors that we need to cancel? And I was like, what? And I like couldn't see the list because my thumb touched the top of the screen by accident. So it went to the top of my news feed. I was like, and it refreshed my news feed. It wasn't even just like the top and like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah, Facebook. I just feel like so depressed whenever people shouting at each other.
I feel like that's more on Twitter than on Facebook, but I think it's because like my Facebook is more of an echo chamber than my Twitter. But like I'm not really on Facebook that much anymore, except to wish people happy birthday.
Oh yeah, Holly and I are going to be on a panel at the Opportune Virtual Retreat about social media platforms. So it should be fun.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll definitely be watching a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a good weekend, I think. I'm hoping I don't have a lot of
I'm excited
to actually see stuff.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot of homework that weekend, but like there are sprints for productivity but like I'm doing my sprint and then I'm probably going to be mostly watching the workshops, even though I should be doing homework. So we'll see. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I learned it as the pound sign.
Yeah, I feel like I did too.
But like I was saying before, like my family's older than me, so like they taught me stuff from like my grandma was the Great Generation, no, the Silent the Great Generation, which is like World War II, and then my mom's oldest cousin was part of the Silent Generation, even though like that doesn't really mean anything to me. And then like my mom is a baby boomer and then a bunch of millennial cousins. And then there's me who's like Gen Z, maybe millennial. So
I'm kind of the same way because my parents were boomers because they adopted me. So all my friends' parents.
I was adopted too. Yeah.
I know. It's so cool. Yeah, I think when you're adopted, your parents are older.
Yeah, I think people when like not my mom's friends necessarily because they were like always just like supportive no matter what, but like when people would hear that my mom was older, they'd be like, oh, that was so brave of her because she was like also like she's also a single mom. And I'm like, I mean, like single mothers are like awesome and like obviously have to do a lot, but like calling it brave that she adopted a child at like at an older age is like a little bit like demeaning and like sexist and like I know you're trying to give a compliment, but like that's really backhanded of you.
I think it's almost smart to have kids later because then you have more money.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
college, like, yeah.
Well,
My
I feel
mom
like
had a career.
speaking
She
of-
was a psychologist.
Speaking as someone who has like a baby, I feel like you're never going to be financially prepared for it, because that was Logan's thing. He wanted to be like as debt free as possible. And that was something we talked about. In the area I live in, it is more normal that you get pregnant young and you get married or like right out of high school or as soon as possible, start your family. And then in your 40s, you kind of do your thing.
Oh, no.
The way of life in Appalachia, like the culture is very different. It's very traditional and
Gotcha.
it can be weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily weird. It's just very different than like what I grew up with, even though like my grandma she had a career-ish, like, you know, as much as she could at the time, and like got married and had kids. And, you know, a lot of my mom's generation did the same thing. But like my cousins, they're like did college, like dating during college or after college, and then like lots of years of dating, and then got married. And like some haven't had kids and some did have kids, and like they're all over the place. And I'm like, career first, kids maybe. I don't even know if I want kids.
A lot of my cousins got married like 28 through 35, so there was definitely later. And my mom actually said because she didn't get married until she was 31, which is pretty late for a boomer.
Yeah.
She said people made fun of her because like, oh, like you're not married, like just kind of like a little bit like ostracizing her for still being single. But then she's like, but now I like look back on it and like I could afford so much, and I like went skiing in Europe and did all these cool things while they were like raising their children. So like it wasn't really like that big of a deal, but she said it was really hard to deal with the public opinion of her relationship status.
So like
around where I'm at, a lot of people marry their high school sweetheart, and a lot of people like do end up getting divorced or separating. But then there's also a lot of people who do stick together. It's just a weird, like, I don't know, because whenever I was in college, because I did go to college, I have a degree for early childhood education. Whenever I was there, we went down to DC for like an Appalachian Impact seminar, where the group that we were in was all education majors. So we all talked about how poor the education system is in our area, because a lot of like textbooks and stuff are so outdated. A lot of the some school buildings don't have like AC.
Oh.
Yeah, so like how we're setting, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes like the world just kept moving, and then Appalachia's still back in like the 50s with like mindset of how traditional a household should be. But yeah.
Remember when cursive was mandatory? Yeah, I had to learn it like in elementary school. But like my grandma had kind of started teaching me beforehand, so like I picked it up faster than everyone else. So I was like, I mean, maybe faster, but definitely I just had like a longer lead time. And by the time I was taking my SAT in high school, we wasted 30 minutes because people in my grade didn't know how to write cursive. Like they'd forgotten. And I was like, it's one sentence where it's like basically like, I promise not to cheat, but you write it in script.
Oh, I did the ACT. So
okay, yeah. So you had to do that on the SAT, and I was just like, I had written it while they were giving the instructions, and so I was like writing it out, and then I just had to wait 30 minutes for everyone to figure it out. But like my little cousins aren't learning cursive.
Really? Wow.
But like I can't even read my grandfather's love letters to my grandma. And people in my family are like, didn't you learn cursive? And I'm like, yes. But people who actually like write cursive on a regular basis and like grew up, not just like, oh, we were forced to in school, but like wrote it as part of their lives, write like much narrower and at a bigger slant, and like write some of their letters differently than how I learned. So I'm like, be glad that I can read as much cursive as I can. I'm sorry if I need some help translating.
That is so sweet that you like they still have like the love letters and everything. That's so romantic. Oh.
Yeah, it was really funny. They were set up on a blind date by their friends, even though they worked in the same building and had never met before.
Oh, you guys want to hear a crazy story about like blind date arranged marriages? Okay, so my mom, I was in middle school and I started dating this dude who was like my best friend at the time's older brother, right? And my mom was working at this body shop, and my mom didn't really like my choice of dating people preferences, I guess. And she was like, oh, well, my boss's son's about your age, and he's gonna have this is like a family business, and I think you guys will get along real well. He's into all these sports, and like here I am, the weird art kid. And I'm like, I don't know, Mom. And she's like, oh, how cute would it be if you guys dated and then ended up getting married? Oh, it'd just be so cute. You know what? Let's do that. And I'm like, Mom, you can't
It sounds like such a 50s thing, like you said.
Yeah. And I'm like, Mom, you can't do that. And she was like, oh, it's just a joke. Stop. I'm just messing with you. But seriously, maybe you should meet him. And I'm like, Mom,
You're fired as my matchmaker.
Yeah. I was like, don't.
Okay, let's see. I'm just skimming through the comments. Someone said cursive is Mindy, hello, said that is what got them into writing. Ryan said had daughter 2 weeks before he turned 31. Haley, we've only done one. We're going to do 2 more 20 minutes. So we're going to start the next one soon. Sharon's also adopted. Woo!
Sometimes I wish I was adopted.
I mean, like, it doesn't come up much in my life. It did a lot when I was in middle school because I got bullied very badly for it by like my racist asshole classmates. So there's that. But like since getting into high school, like it hasn't mattered that much. Jordan went out for a walk. You're probably already gone, but hope you have a nice walk. Lefty, as a lefty, cursive was torture. Yeah, I'm sure smudging everything.
Yeah. Oh no,
my uncle's a lefty, and his script is appalling. The bank once told him he signed something, and apparently, like the bank was like, "You need a new signature. Like this is a line. Like we can't count this as like verification that it's you."
My brother-in-law is a lefty, and his wife, my sister-in-law, she's a Gemini. So we always joke about her being Satan. It's kind of a running joke. And anyway, he used to deliver stuff, and there's like Catholic schools around where I'm at, and because he's a lefty, he would hand everything over to the nuns. He's like, I was so scared they were going to take that ruler and smack me. Well, you're married to a Gemini, so they probably know that you're just a spawn of her since you're already left-handed. You're a ginger. You're just, it's a dead giveaway.
You're screwed every which way. Yeah. They're not going to like you. What's the difference between the SAT and the ACT? There used to be bigger differences than there are now. Well, a lot of schools used to not take the ACT as like a stupid thing.
I've heard it's like a regional thing. Like the ACT started more in like the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I took.
Lines.
Yeah. And like most private schools would only accept the SAT, but I think that's now changing that they're also accepting ACT. I recently learned that the SAT was created by a eugenicist because he believed it would show like the natural intelligence of white people over non-white people. And I'm like, cool. Am I surprised? No, but like,
up is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly or Holy, I'm not sure. Sorry. Wants to know what Appalachia is.
Okay, so Appalachia is a mountain range that runs, I believe it goes through a little bit of Pennsylvania, runs down through Ohio. I'm in Ohio Valley. So I'm in Southeast Ohio. I'm like real close to West Virginia, and then the mountain range runs through West Virginia and it goes south. I forget off the top of my head how far south it goes, but I'm pretty sure it goes through like Tennessee, Kentucky, but we're a very mountainous area.
I know it goes down to North Carolina because my school's right near Appalachian, North Carolina. But
yeah, I know it goes south. I think it goes all the way down into like Georgia or Alabama. Because I remember whenever we went to DC meeting people from Georgia or Alabama.
Far.
The Appalachian Trail definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Holly. Also, you're probably gone, but hope your sister's birthday brunch is awesome. People are saying goodbye to Holly. Haley's goal for today is to revise Chapter 5, Outlines 6, and start Chapter 6. And with that, let's start the next sprint in a few. And the code. We're going to be planting a wisteria this time around.
My favorite.
Picked by Kelly. I'll pop the code up. If you were in the last group and you didn't click like the arrow in the top left corner to leave the previous room, you have to do that before you can join this room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, Ryan said the Appalachian Mountain. I can speak, I swear. Appalachian Mountains run from the boom of New York State all the way to Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah.
And someone said it goes as far north as Massachusetts, according to Waffle Hoarder's Boston-raised mom.
Yeah, I know real well around like our little area, but I knew it was a long mountain range.
Yeah.
My mom was in Boston for many years, but I don't think she like ever went near there, so I don't know.
I hiked part of the Appalachian Trail, and at the one hostel that we stopped at, they said it goes all the way up to Maine, but that's like the trail. So I don't know if like culturally Appalachia would go up to Maine.
Yeah. Okay. I think everyone is in. Ryan said bottom, not boom of New York.
I was like, what's the boom?
I know. I was like, is that like an area that I don't know of or what? Okay, so we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. that's the end of the second sprint. How did y'all do?
Good. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere.
Yay!
How did you guys do?
That's awesome. Well, I got maybe 100 words in the creation story to the co-writing project I'm working on. And I got a rough upload schedule for September now. I'm still kind of questioning what I'm doing on Wednesdays, but at least I have an idea. So, woo.
I finished the reading that's been taking me all week for homework, so I'm very happy. So for my third sprint, I might be able to actually plan my content for the month of September. I'm starting it on Wednesday.
Oh, wow. You
Yeah.
already have homework before grad school starts?
I had told my family that there's like no way I was going to any school after undergrad, and like I definitely wasn't going to go to law school. I'm not going to law school, but all my homework that I have before Wednesday is for my legal class, which is required. So it's a program all about publishing. So it's like learning media law and intro to book publishing, intro to magazine, marketing, and what's the fifth class? Financial analysis. So yeah. Let's see how people in the comments did. Sage came back. Hello.
Yay, Sage.
People added some words. Ryan completed a character profile. Sharon Rice is taking a master class. Which one? I'm curious.
Ooh. Yes.
I'm going to create the next room before I forget. And so that way we can jump into the next sprint pretty soon. So we can finish before 11, which is the goal.
I don't know about you guys too. I feel like I really got into the zone in that last sprint. So like I'm like,
I agree.
do it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to get addicted to getting these trees.
Yeah. It's a pretty good way to enforce productivity.
This one's pretty.
Because it gamifies the whole thing.
Yeah, which I need desperately.
Sharon Wright is doing the James Patterson one. I've been curious about that one. And the Neil Gaiman one.
Yeah, because I will see the Neil Gaiman one a lot on my like YouTube ads that whatever, but you know what I mean. And I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. And it's the only ad that I'll let play all the way through.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, is it worth the money?
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, I understand the question, not, yeah, it's worth it, because I don't know. I want to clarify.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you did the thing. You did it.
Okay, Ryan has done both and said the James Patterson one was decent, but he loved the Neil Gaiman one. So there's your answer. Or there's an answer. Okay, it looks like everyone's in. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. that's the end of the sprint. How did you all do?
Good.
Well, I got the creation myth done, and I also got a little doodle of the all-mother goddess that we're doing. So that was fun.
Cool.
Is this like a short story you guys are working on, or is it going to be a novel?
I think it's going to be a novel. We're not quite sure because we both never co-written before, but the story kind of came from a running joke because we have both been called cinnamon rolls. And RP was a little bit reluctant to accept the title of cinnamon roll, which I don't know why. I'm just embracing it. But from that, we kind of created this idea of, well, we started bouncing off the idea and joke of it could be a religion because in one of my other streams, I got called a mama roll. And he was like, it sounds like a religion. And I was like, oh, it could be set in a world and blah, 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 blah. So that's how this all started. So we're just going to see where it goes.
It's fun. I like that. I've always wanted to like co-write with someone, but someday I don't know when I would even co-write. But I love how that came out like with an inside joke.
Yeah, and that's what I never thought I'd co-write either, but here I am doing the damn thing, and it's fun.
Eva, good morning. We just finished our last sprint.
Hi, Eva.
Thank you for hitting the like. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do. It's very helpful. Sage practiced the song.
Ooh.
And then Mr. Sage's pew pew game time started. That's funny. Haley, co-writing is when instead of one author writing one book, you have two or more authors working on the same story. I realized I said book. It can be a short story or like it doesn't have to be a novel, but normally it's a novel. And it can be broken up in a lot of different ways where like each author picks a character and writes it, or it's broken up by chapter. There are lots of different things. I know Kate Kavanaugh did a lot AuthorTube chat about it recently. And I'm sure if you search co-writing, there are lots of other. Jesse Elliott and Kelsey Sutton, who are live streaming in about an hour on Jesse's channel. They were on author Brittany Wang's channel a month-ish ago talking about their co-writing process. So yeah, YouTube has a lot about co-writing or co-authoring. I have one story plan that's co-authoring, and I had two others that were going to be co-authored, and then my co-authors were like not doing stuff because our schedules just didn't match up. So I was like, do you mind if I just take it? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. So
That's what last night on stream you said you had like 30 ideas in the back of your head.
yeah. I had made a video about how I get my ideas, and in that video I correctly said I had 37. So wow. I just figured I'd say like 30-ish. I probably should have said 40-ish at that point, but yeah.
30-ish.
Yeah. I'm trying very hard not to add to that list. Like I got a scene idea from a dream.
It can be difficult.
Ago, and I was like, nope, throw it out. I don't need another book idea. So. Okay, it is 10:58. So if you ladies would like to quickly plug yourselves again, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Kelli Wright. You can find me on YouTube by the same name. My spelling for my name is different because my mom decided she had to be different whenever she spelled my name. It is Kelli, and then Wright is WRIGHT. And you can find me on Instagram at @awriting_dragon, all lowercase. Keep it simple. I'm also on Twitter with the same handle, but I don't really go on there a lot. I just kind of use it to follow literary agents and whatnot in publishing.
So I'm author Angela Ann. You can find me here on YouTube or over on Instagram under the same name. And I write young adult contemporary. And so if that sounds good, check my channel out.
Both of their channels are linked down below. I am Zara Hoffman. I'm a self-published author of young adult paranormal romance. And thank you for coming to this live stream. I do stream live every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I normally have guests, and we always plant trees. So please come if you're looking to do productivity over the weekend. And thank you so much for coming. Bye.